Imagine a racehorse who never won a single race in her entire career, yet became one of Japan's most beloved icons. That horse was Haru Urara, the legendary chestnut mare whose story of persistence and spirit captured the hearts of millions. Today, we bring you the emotional news that Haru Urara has passed away at the age of 29. Despite never crossing the finish line first, she inspired hope, resilience, and a never-give-up attitude, not just in horse racing fans, but across generations. From the racetracks of Japan to global pop culture, through the hit franchise Umamusume Pretty Derby, Haru Urara's influence is undeniable. In this video, we'll look back at her remarkable journey, her unique fame, and how her legacy will live on long after her passing. Haru Urara was born in 1996 on a farm in Hokkaido, Japan. At first, she was just another racehorse prospect, trained with the hope of achieving victories. But destiny had other plans. She began her racing career in 1998, and right from the start, it became clear that she wasn't destined for the winner's circle. Instead, what made her extraordinary was not her ability to win, but her ability to endure. Over the course of 6 years, Haru Urara entered 113 races. Not once did she claim victory. Yet, instead of fading into obscurity, she gained a reputation as a fighter, a horse who showed up again and again, no matter the outcome. And that is where her story truly took root in Japanese culture. By the early 2000s, Haru Urara had transformed from a little-known horse to a national sensation. Her continuous losing streak, ironically, became her charm. The Japanese media picked up her story, framing her as a shining star for losers everywhere. People began to see her as a symbol of perseverance in the face of repeated failure. Crowds grew larger at the tracks just to watch her run. Even though she almost always trailed behind, she ran with spirit. Her ears pricked forward, giving her all. Newspapers, television, and radio all covered her. And suddenly, Haru Urara was no longer just a horse. She was a cultural phenomenon. One of the most iconic moments of her career came in March 2003 at Nakayama Racecourse. That day, Haru Urara raced in front of a packed stadium and a national TV audience. Fans carried banners, cheered her name, and placed bets on her, not because they thought she would win, but because they wanted to support her. In fact, betting slips with Haru Urara's name became lucky charms for things like good fortune and traffic safety. Although she didn't win that race either, she cemented her place in Japanese history. She wasn't celebrated for crossing the finish line first. She was celebrated simply for trying, again and again. Her popularity even reached Japan's prime minister at the time, who openly praised her as a symbol of resilience. Merchandise flooded the market. Keychains, t-shirts, posters, and Haru Urara became a household name. She was proof that sometimes it's not about the result, but about the journey. For many people, especially those struggling in their own lives, she represented the courage to keep going, no matter how many setbacks came along. In a society where perseverance is deeply valued, Haru Urara became a shining reminder that effort itself is worth admiration. When Haru Urara retired in 2004, she didn't fade from public memory. Instead, she remained a beloved figure. She was given a peaceful home at Martha Farm in Onjuku, Chiba, where she lived out her days, surrounded by caretakers and fans who often visited. Over the years, she appeared in various media features, always reminding people of her role as the eternal challenger. Even in retirement, she remained an enduring presence, living proof of the impact she had left behind. For those who grew up in the early 2000s, she was more than a horse. She was an inspiration woven into their childhood memories. In 2019, Haru Urara had a rare chance to taste victory in a different way. She participated in a time trial event for retired horses And, for the first and only time in her life, she crossed the line first. While it wasn't an official race, the moment was symbolic. Fans celebrated it as a small but meaningful triumph for the mare who never gave up. For many, it was the universe finally rewarding her persistence. Even though it didn't change her official record of 0 wins, it was an emotional highlight in her story, proving once again that winning isn't everything. More recently, Haru Urara found a new wave of fame through the popular multimedia franchise Umamusume Pretty Derby. The game and anime series reimagines real racehorses as cheerful, determined characters, and Haru Urara was given a role that perfectly matched her real-life story. A bubbly, never-give-up girl who keeps trying despite all odds. Through this, a younger generation discovered her legacy. Many global fans who had never heard of her before fell in love with her character and then learned about the real horse who inspired it. This blend of sports history and pop culture gave her a second life in the digital age. When Umamusume launched globally in June 2025, Haru Urara's popularity surged once again. Fans around the world donated generously to her farm, sending ryegrass feed and gifts to support her care. Social media buzzed with posts celebrating her resilience. What's remarkable is how a horse who never won managed to unite people across cultures and generations. Her story showed that underdogs can inspire just as much, if not more, than champions. In a world obsessed with victory, Haru Urara reminded us that perseverance itself can be heroic. Sadly, on September 9, 2025, Haru Urara's life came to an end. Martha Farm confirmed that she passed away after battling colic, a common but serious illness in horses. Staff and veterinarians stayed with her through the night, doing everything they could, but she passed away early the next morning. She was 29 years old, which is a long and fulfilling life for a racehorse. Her caretakers expressed their sorrow, but also their gratitude for the years of joy she brought, not just to them, but to fans worldwide. Her death comes just weeks after another Umamusume-inspired horse, Grass Wonder, passed away at the age of 30. For fans of horse racing and the franchise, it feels like the end of an era. Yet while her physical presence is gone, Haru Urara's story continues to live on. News of her passing has been met with an outpouring of tributes online. Fans are sharing memories, artwork, and heartfelt messages about how much she meant to them. Many are calling her the ultimate symbol of never giving up, a message that will never fade. It's worth noting that Haru Urara's legacy isn't just about racing or anime. It's about resilience, hope, and finding meaning in persistence. In a society that often pressures people to succeed, she reminded us that it's okay to fail, as long as you keep trying. That's why she was called the shining star of losers everywhere. It may sound ironic, but it was meant with love and respect. She turned the idea of losing into something beautiful, something worth celebrating. And that's why her story will continue to be told for years to come. As we remember Haru Urara, we're reminded of the power of stories that go beyond victory. She may never have won a race, but she won hearts all over the world. She showed us that determination, spirit, and the courage to keep going are victories in themselves. For racing fans, anime fans, and anyone who has ever struggled in life, Haru Urara was and will always remain a symbol of hope. Her journey proves that legacies aren't only built on trophies, they're built on the impact you leave on others. And in that sense, Haru Urara was a true champion.